Hello everyone, my name is Nanar Sniper. I'm coming here live on returning to one of the online games, and it's been a really long time. It's been approximately 3 months since October 26th since I did this. This is Resident Evil Resistance, which obviously to some of you guys you don't know, which mostly some of you guys do. This game comes along with Resident Evil 3 Remake, and obviously it's fun to play, and this is the only Resident Evil game that's online. But there was another one, but unfortunately it got taken down because I guess some players didn't like it, or I don't know. But fortunately, this has been a really cool game that I have experienced since 2021. Now, you guys are probably wondering why I haven't switched to or started with Resident Evil 5. Well, like I said, if you guys recall after what I said at the grand finale of Resident Evil Revelations, I did say I'm looking for a volunteer because Resident Evil 5 is the next one. I could do it by myself, true. However, this time it's multiplayer and anyone can join me, but anyone who's almost skilled it like me and always follow my rules. So if you guys are thinking I'm gonna go looking for a random, no. So obviously, Resident Evil 5 will be on pause for the moment until someone volunteers. But for now, I decided to start it up to bring back some of the online games I haven't started with. Now, you guys are probably, for those of you who are new or probably forgot, I'm going to do a little reminding just in case if you guys forgot. So, fortunately, just like Dead by Daylight, I have played this game multiple times, and right before you guys met up with me, or after you guys were dealing with your own problem. Let's just say there were some problems of my own, and there are a lot of players in this game who do not like me and have blocked me because obviously the way how I play this game, just like Dead by Daylight, you can either play as a killer or a survivor. It's 1 versus 4. But in this one, all you gotta do is just make sure you take down all the survivors and make sure they do not win the game. And for survivors, they have to survive and complete a few tasks, and then, yeah. But in this case, the reason why I have returned is because I decided to wait it out for a few more months until some new players start playing this game, obviously. But another reason why I stopped, because as I told you guys before, there are a few Twitch streamers in this game who don't put TTV on their username, but I recognize their names, of course. And let's just say some of them have blocked me, some have hated me because obviously they think I'm using lag. Or I don't know, because I didn't know at the time back then, but now that I've learned more experience in my life, yeah, I had a feeling now I know what they were talking about. So, yeah, that's the whole reason why I stopped playing this game for a while. And obviously some people were like relieved and glad that I didn't come back because obviously that was being toxic of them, because obviously. But no one's the boss of me. I can play whatever game I feel like doing, and Resident Evil is my life. So obviously that's why I have returned to this game. But yeah, in the meantime, I will be waiting and gonna see if anyone's volunteering, because obviously, like I said, in Resident Evil 5 this time, not only play by yourself, but an AI partner will be helping me. And fortunately, to me, that's not a good idea because sometimes AIs can mess up sometimes. So, obviously, until someone volunteers, Resident Evil 5 will be on the pause for the moment. Alright, but now that I've said that, and before I get started, allow me to give a little demonstration of how I do it, or of the gameplay. So I'm going to extend, let's see. Now there are a few, let's see, how many maps are there? Okay, so there's only 5 maps so far. But I'm just going to choose a random one, so I will pick this one. And as you can see, you can play as 5 different characters. Well, yeah, 5. We have Annette, obviously from Resident Evil 2 Remake. And for her monster, she has G. Birkin, first form, which basically you can control zombies, creatures, or anything. But for each killers, well, masterminds, that's what they're originally called, they have different experience and obviously different approach. You can use creatures, aka any bioweapons. You can lay traps, which obviously is a good thing if any survivor steps on them. Or while you're controlling the cameras, you can use them as, I don't know, weapons, and obviously shoot and take down any survivors if you know how to aim properly. For this one, these are basically effects that affects either the cameras or your abilities, or even use these, because each of these are sprays which basically affects the creatures. Now this one creates energy leech, which basically if a zombie hits or bites a survivor, you'll gain some energy to lay more creatures or whatever other things you're using. This one is basically infection, which is basically poison. So if a survivor gets infected, basically poison, you can give them critical damage and they'll take more damage. For this one, regain is basically if you spray a zombie with this one, if they take damage and if a survivor gets bitten, they regain health. And this one I really like to use, Berserk, which basically affects the zombie's personality. One sniff of this, they can move extremely more fast. So yeah. And this one basically uses decoys, which basically while you're controlling the camera, you'll show red, and that will know the survivor know which camera is being controlled. But if you use this will basically distract them and make them confused and won't tell which camera is which. So yeah, and I think that's about it. And nope, I think there's yeah, these are basically mods, like not mods that you use for hacking, but mods that affect the game. Each one of them contains depending which ability you use, and normally some of them are good to me, some of them are not. That's why I basically ignore them. But yeah, however, for each masterminds, they're only unique with different abilities. For Annette, she's good with creatures and buffs, so obviously use only creatures for Annette. For the next one, we have this guy whose name is Daniel, and obviously we've never seen him before in any of the remakes or any of the games. But he's basically a worker who was hired by someone for Umbrella right before they got taken down. But fortunately for him, he controls Mr. X, aka the Tyrant from Resident Evil 2 Remake, and which is cool. And he's good with creatures control and buffs. Same way for Annette, but a little bit different. Next, we have who we have not seen yet because we still need to get deeper into the games of Resident Evil, Alex Wesker, who is fortunately from one of the Resident Evil games that we still have not done yet, and I know you guys already know. And for her, I don't know how to pronounce this one, so I called this one Yavato or something like that, which basically is a plant-like creature that basically shoots like slime. That's what I'm gonna have to say. And she's good with traps and infections, which I guess is okay, but I'm not gonna play as her. For next one, the man himself, Spencer Oswald. And for him, he's good with time stalling and mods, which is cool, I guess. And for him, this is not basically a creature. It's basically, if you guys remember the laser traps from Resident Evil 4 original and remake, yeah, that's what this basically is. A D-laser. One touch of this, you'll take damage, but staying there too long, you go down pretty easily. But again, I'm not going to be playing as him. And last but not least, we have Nikolai from Resident Evil 3 Remake, and his partner is none other than Nemesis. And just like how we saw Nemesis fought in the remake, he'll be using his rocket launcher and his fighting abilities, but he does have other moves that he did not use in the remake. But fortunately, for the only killers I play as are either Annette, Daniel, and Nikolai. And for Nikolai, I like using him a lot because he's good with firearms and tracking. So basically I use guns instead of creatures for him. And yeah, but fortunately with that said, I'm going to show a little demonstration of what I'm capable of. But only with one mastermind. I'm not going to use all of them. So yeah. And it sounds like someone's sick.
Many fun adventures lined up for you. We have death, destruction, disease, all of the fun things that the modern world will offer us. He feels no pain. The perfect machine for this endeavor.
Now, fortunately, there are different types of zombies that you guys saw in the remakes. We have normal zombies and there are other zombies as well. But as you guys can see, when it comes to controlling zombies, depending which mastermind you use, they have unique powers, and obviously, and depending which survivor they go on, yeah. And once the survivor goes down, or if they take damage, the time right there will go down, and obviously they have a few minutes to spare to revive their ally. If they don't, then that person will restart from the main start, which is basically all the way right here. Now, fortunately, as you guys can see on the top left bottom, obviously that shows how many times, well, how many points you can use to spam.
You are not.
That shows how many points you have to spam different zombies or whatever you're using. But to activate the ultimate ones, which is basically for the tyrant, as you guys can see on that left bottom, the skull has to be all the way to the top, and that's when you can use it to be ready. So as you guys saw in the remake of Resident Evil 2, how Mr. X is being controlled, but this time this is way different. And that's another reason why I like this game.
Awaits right in the final land for the hat and trench coat. You will be killed in style, yes?
Their eyes are being controlled, or should I say, they're being controlled by someone, which is obviously, and their eyes are glowing red, which is cool, obviously. However, when you use ultimate attacks, you can only control them for at least 1 minute. or you can use another perk
bonjour.
to
Reaper for
basically
me.
extend the time how long you want to use your ultimates.
Well
But
done,
why don't
Daniel.
I give a little
Well, thank you, then.
demonstration?
It was most excellently played. You see the things you have forced me to do? No matter. The stain of your blood will be joined by many more. Okay. I do not count the deaths anymore. But then, I never did. The time has come to give in. This is life. We run and we die. You did not choose this chaos. But at least you saw it before your end. So it goes, my friend. So it goes. Say loud.
Of course. Now, fortunately, normally when it comes to other things, if you're going up against
If
elite
you get away,
survivors,
I will find you. If I can.
when it comes to find elite survivors, if you guys recall from Resident Evil 3 Remake, just like how you did with Nemesis, you can easily take out the ultimates if you have good perks and if you're dealing with elite survivors. They can go down for, well, how can I say this? Because Nemesis, he comes back up pretty easily, but when it comes to Mr. X, he's a different story. He goes down for maybe like 20 or 30 seconds and he comes back right up. So yeah, normally for my sake I suggest disable, because if the ultimates take way too much damage, they will be basically like unable to, even if they go down, you won't be able to like uncontrol them. So yeah, basically that. But now that I've shown what I've shown, and hold on, let me just check something real quick. Alright, good. Okay, so without further ado, let's begin the matches, and if this takes too long or if I don't get a match, then don't worry, I came up with a backup plan. But in any case, anyone who wants to volunteer for Resident Evil 5 who's on PlayStation, I suggest download it now and be ready, because otherwise, if not today, then tomorrow or any other day, I'll be waiting. So yeah. So without further ado, let's begin and wait. I don't recognize any of them, but I think the one with... Nope. Don't recognize any of them. First of all, we don't know if they're TTV because obviously they don't put TTV. Second of all, it depends how they
your
act.
Odds of survival at 32.3333%. Repeating, of course.
I found a locked door.
Please, reconsider. You don't have to activate that. I must use brute force. And I shall.
Darn it, this is locked. Let's have a closer look.
Accept your demise. I cannot sit idly by while you attempt to use that. One of you has seen that. I will handle this myself. Even should you proceed, I will stop you yet. Thank you for not fighting harder. Now you will understand why I must destroy all of Umbrella's works. Thank you for allowing me to keep this contained. It shouldn't take much longer now to finish things up. You are one step closer to dooming mankind. Make your peace. Even as you fight, your end draws closer.
Take its key, but do not think this is the end.
William, you can still help me.
So close. Do not imagine you can make it out in time.
Laid plans. No more time, and so your end has come.
I wouldn't count on that. Because one, they were just a little bit of beginners, but one knew what they were doing. So, yeah. And two, we don't know if they're toxic or not. It depends how they play, and if they were upset, they would have messaged me by now. But they didn't. Not yet. Alright, before I continue and begin the next match, I gotta go do something real quick, so BRB. Alright, I'm back. Let's resume.
I provide great assurances to my clients. You will fear, and you will die.
Just for the record, I'm gonna go easy on these guys because obviously, yeah. I normally use full power depending how they fight.
The door is locked, and the seconds of your life tick away. This device may not kill you, but you may die while searching for a way of activating it.
Because I didn't go hard. Down, you got is less than 10. In less than 1 or 2 minutes.
Good. You can move to the more dangerous toys now. My client will be happy with the fear you feel. Be afraid, young ones. You cannot run away so easily.
You know, at times like this, I don't know how long I could hold back. But let's see what they truly got, because what I'm really doing is just observing how they play and the way how they take. If they're worth taking my time to shoot at them, then I'll fire. But for right now, not yet.
Let's not do that again.
You can take its security card now, but this is not the end.
I would have easily gunned you down.
Ah, the old-fashioned methods. They are the best.
Well, this one's locked.
Now I have everything I need. I barely need to aim with this. Look, I'm closing my eyes. Ha!
That really wasn't very nice.
You cannot run away so easily. I would like to say as a group you impress me, but my mother always told me never to lie. I do not know how you are still alive, but it will not last much longer.
All right, given how they've been doing so far, because obviously I'm just observing them, because I could have easily downed them in less than 2 or 3 minutes. I could be wrong, but still. Because trust me, when it comes to this build, it's mostly unstoppable, annoying, and frustrating. So I'm just observing them.
Small progress. Keep trying, but I stop you soon, eh? Let's do this!
I need the thing to go in the bullet things. I need the bullet things.
You should stop now! This is mine. You will suffer.
Alright, I observed enough. Judging by how they play and judging how they did,
Meet me on the battlefield.
between a 50% chance, I would have to say, given a level between 1 to 10, they got skills, I'll give them that. But judging by their rate, I would say I could have easily downed them for maybe either between level 1 or level 2, because obviously, but it's just a guess. I'm not saying confirm, just a guess. So fortunately, I think the next time we meet, let's see if they can handle my gun skill. Still, the only reason why, because you guys know me, I like to be nice and not to use my builds to be toxic. Because obviously I've seen, and you guys haven't, because you guys didn't see me at the time, because obviously a certain someone's channel was more focused than mine's, but I'm not saying you guys should have been focusing on me, but let's just say I've seen other players how they use their builds, either Survivor or Mastermind. Trust me, I've seen it before. So that's why I didn't start shooting, because when it comes to Nikolai, I'm very OP with him. But when it comes to creatures like, I would say Daniel, I would say okay. But Annette, on the other hand, well, that's a different story, because once we get to level 3, because this is where it mostly is very annoying. Even though I cannot control them, I can spawn a bunch of them, but it also causes lag in the match, which is why it's not a good idea to spawn so many of them. And that would be this, the lickers. Because obviously, you guys know me, I can handle 1, 2, or 3 lickers. But when it comes to a whole army of them, well, that will be really, really annoying to some survivors, and they'll basically rage quit because they hate that. So that's why normally it's not a good idea to spawn so many lickers. Unless you're an elite player, yes, you can take them out. But when it comes to certain players, or players don't like seeing lickers being spawned so many times, yeah, that could cause major problems. But in this situation, I only spawn them depending how the players play, because when I come to play as a net in certain maps, sometimes I'll play as a net or sometimes I won't. And sometimes, depending how the match goes, if they're elite, then I'm pretty sure they can handle lickers as well. But if they're not, I won't spawn any. Well, not too many, but won't spawn that much. Okay, so far since the matches have been going, well, taking a bit while, this stream will be just a tiny bit short because fortunately time goes by fast. So after this, if there's gonna be a volunteer for Resident Evil 5, I will switch over to that, but if not, like I said, I always have a backup stream just in case of situations like this.
I have many fun adventures lined up for you. We have death, destruction, disease, all of the fun things that the modern world will offer us.
I might be able to do something. Darn it, this is locked.
This really is not a very efficient way of ending your life. But orders are orders.
If I apply pressure correctly, I can do this.
Go find the place to use that. There is more fun ahead. Fun for me, at least.
Need more of them bullets.
This is some dead. If that were something you needed, do you think I would tell you? Have a first aid kit for your boo-boo.
Get near me and I'll kill you.
So it goes, my friend. So it goes. Say loud.
The exit's open. Go, go!
I confess, I did not expect to be so successful so soon.
Gotta find
This
more
is
ammo.
the deadening. Dun, dun.
Not even close.
Oh shit, that hurt. If it's here, I'll find it.
You know we set this up to tease you, do you not? We never really expected you to get it. He feels no pain. The perfect machine for this endeavor.
I'm out of ammo.
This This has gone on long. There are glaciers moving faster than you. Why did I bother building all of these mechanisms for you if you are going to move so slowly that the tortoise with a limp could overtake you? Okay, I expected a little less from you, but there are more games to come. Move faster than you, including the ones served in garlic. Oh, goodness, you are so slow! What's the best you can do? Take the key then. Get to the next area.
Stand back, everyone. I'm a trained door unlocker.
Get ready, here it comes.
Interesting. Mais ineffective in the long run.
I tremble in fear through my...
Mine. Fuck you all. The cogs turn. The bars of the cage fall into place. You are close to the point of no return. I've seen faster shop mannequins. That could not have gone better. I rule. I expected disappointment, and you delivered. You had the chance for...
Once again, those were just beginner players, or maybe not. Still, looks like in the end I have achieved greater purpose. But not really, since I didn't use Mr. X, but that would have been too OP. But fortunately, and don't worry, I will return to this game once again. But for in the meantime, time goes by fast, so it's time to switch over to the next game. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, so don't forget to like and subscribe. So peace out, stay safe, and I'll see you guys again for the next stream. Peace.